What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to the den. I'm your host, Ed Honcho. Again, it's my honor, my privilege, but most of all, my pleasure to get to chop it up with you. Today I want to talk about something. And first, make sure you're following all the proper social medias right there below. The corresponding image goes with the right social media, so you know where to go. Anyway, man, I want to get into this conversation. This is something we talked about a while back when it happened. And you know that 2020 has been a crazy year, but you had the whole, Black Lives Matter wave, get adopted by corporate America. And again, y'all already know my stance on Black Lives Matter. If you don't know, well, you need to watch some more dead videos. But so you saw it get adopted by this whole corporate wave. Everybody saying they're going to give this money that don't count on seeing. Everybody saying they're going to do this, that, and the third. Well, I guess money talks and bullshit walks 1,000 miles because the NBA has reversed course ever so slightly on the Black Lives Matter representation and how tough they were kicking it. Let's read this article, and I'll drop this in the description below so you can read it for yourself. I want to kind of skim through it, touch on a couple of points, but how a lot of this probably corresponds with things I've said earlier. I actually have not read the article, so we'll be reading it together for the first time. So let's check this out. Has NBA Finals ratings tanked? Commissioner says the league will withdraw Black Lives Matter from the jerseys and the courts. Well, let's find out why. What's going on, right? So the NBA spent a good portion of its COVID-delayed season, et cetera, allowed players to write social justice sayings on their jersey. Each court has Black Lives Matter painted on it. Playoffs about to wrap up. Ratings at a 40-year low, right? So the NBA commissioner said that the social justice message won't be prominently displayed when the 2021 season. Well, why is that, right? I mean, I thought it's all about the message. I thought that was bigger than anything, right? I thought Black lives were more important than anything. Should be more important than ratings. Should be more important than anything else, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm incorrect. But we'll find out. NBA Adams says the league will depend upon its team and players to deliver those ongoing messages largely outside of the playing arena. Look, hey, not on our time, on your time, but we appreciate you guys for showing up. So it's a conversation that will be held between the league and its player before the next season commences. I say in terms of message you see on the court is an extraordinary moment, since there'll be somewhat a return to normalcy, that those messages will be largely left off the floor. Again, the George Floyd thing, it kind of goes into that. Breonna Taylor, again, it goes into the stories we all are pretty much familiar with. Protests sparked internal social justice movements from the NBA to NASCAR, which was crazy. Was that Bubba Wallace? NBA allowed its players to wear social justice sayings at the top portion of their jerseys. Disney World bubble on the courts. Black Lives Matter on each court. Hold on, what does it say? Do you support having social justice messages on NBA courts? No. All right. There you go. I just voted live and y'all see that. So the majority of people, and this is Newsweek that this article is from, 76%, no. Some say only certain messages. Most people don't want to see that. And I'm going to get to that in a minute as to why, right? The ratings plummeted during the league's restart and the subsequent playoffs. And it's weird because there was like a drought of sports. And people were fiending for it for so long, but why all of a sudden would the ratings drop when you're finally getting, the professional players back? Silver did not say it was a reason to pull the social justice message directly from the players in his court, but said the league would still back those messages, but y'all know what that means. Then it goes into Jacob Blake. And let's kind of get into this, because that's what happened, right? I was just skimming through it, talks about the Bucks skipping that game, and, that was stupid. That happened, and it kind of ruined it. I'm gonna tell you why in just a second. I know those people saying I'm on your side, but I want to watch the basketball game. Down 20% from last year. When the playoffs started, the ratings sank even lower. And when they tipped off, the ratings hit the bottom of the tank, worst in league history. And that's what LeBron James, right? The GOAT. That's what y'all said is the GOAT. I don't know. They say players make, the basketball league, but maybe that's not the case. Ratings continue to hit all-time lows as the NBA Finals near. And again, so the NBA's admission to rules, social justice statements, and all that other stuff. Let me actually scroll up. When was this article written? I thought maybe... Okay, this was actually earlier this month. Okay, so I thought it was a more recent article. But anyway, I'm glad we're still going to talk about it. Because it gets into a conversation where we talk about these social justice messages. Like, I'm not with the social justice shit. It doesn't matter. Like, my opinion doesn't matter on that. If you are, or that doesn't matter. But what it is that when you start forcing things down people's throats, let's get back. I like Big Me. When you start forcing things down people's throats, they get tired of it. And it was funny because someone mentioned to me, they was like, yeah, I was watching the game and, the normal ebb and flow of the game is going on, but then all of a sudden they just start talking about Jacob Blake, or they start talking about Breonna Taylor. They start talking about like things that don't really have to do with the game, and it was so forced, it became unnatural. Like, the radio where they have those, I forgot what they call them, but basically where they speak the ads, the company will send them in, hey, read this, and, little live reads or whatever they call them. And, they read it live. Like, that's what it felt like. It felt like they were just doing like live reads about the situation that was going, Black Lives Matter, and we love black people. Make sure you know about Breonna Taylor and Jacob Blake and all these people. And, it just felt forced, like in the middle of the game at random points. It would happen more than once. It took away from wanting to actually watch the game. It took away from the interest. Then the Milwaukee game, like where they walked off, I talked about it then. But the fact that the shit was so unorganized, like it would have been different if it would have been a planned situation where everybody in the league was like, okay, this is what we're doing, this is the move, and then everybody just kind of followed suit. But like, don't do that to the fans, right? Because the fans may have planned, you don't know what they had going on to watch that game, and then you decide, all of a sudden we don't want to do it. Like, I think more people would have been in support of the move had they said, okay, hey, well, we're planning not to show. So people don't, get ready to sit and watch a game, and then there's no game to be had. Then that ended up impacting the Rockets, which I'm a Rockets fan. The Rockets game, right? And after that, I was kind of like tuned out. Honestly, if I didn't talk about them on the sports channel, like I'd have been probably tuned out. It lost me right there, because again, it's just like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Again, and I'm not saying these people don't come from places or whatever backgrounds, but listen to a bunch of millionaires complain about injustice is the last thing I fucking want to do. I want to watch the fucking game. That's what I'm here for. That's why I am watching this. But as you see, those messages, when you start hitting them in the pocket, what's the get woke, go broke type situation? Like, people don't want that. Like, and I get, people complain, politics and sports, using this platform and all of that. Like, I get it. But this wasn't like the NFL where everybody tries to say, it's a bunch of old racist white people. Like, the NBA has been known for backing its players and a lot of these messages and things like that for the most part. But you see what happens. Even the fans who have been with it, like, it just got to a point where it's forced, it's annoying. Like, at some point, I want to be able to cut on my television and get away from the nonsense. Like, you're telling me that I'm in danger and I'm all this, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm all right. Like, I don't need to see this fucking message on every fucking thing I see, from motherfucking Nickelodeon to the goddamn Madden to the fucking court. Like, these are just things I want to do. Like, sometimes I don't want to be force-fed, political ideologies or whatever, you know what I mean? So those are my thoughts. I want to know what you think. Do you think that as the season resumes, do you think that it's just a trend that people are not watching basketball? Do you think that the wokeness led to the brokenness, to the all-time low ratings that the NBA saw with these finals that just passed? So, let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you think. Personally, you already know how I feel. It's definitely that. Like, it made it unwatchable as a sports fan. It made it unwatchable even to the common viewer. Even if you were a person who was in support of, the BLM and all of these things, it just came across, like I said, so forced. It was already like, okay, cool, the name on the jersey, cool, whatever. But then the court, then the talking about it, like, so it wasn't just on the court, it was just the whole way that they went about, trying to push this narrative of Black Lives Matter. If you believe that and you with that movement, cool, like, that's you. But again, a little bit of something, fine and dandy, but like every fucking 30 seconds, every 2 or 3 minutes you're talking about, like, it just got to the point where it got worn out, and it got worn out real fucking fast. So maybe this will show them. The market tends to dictate, the way things work. And so you see that they're going to be pulling the messages. It's going to be interesting to see how they go about it when the next season does start, and how they choose to, if they continue to back it, because there were so many pledges and so many companies said, we're down with Black Lives Matter for the next 10 years and all of these things. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the NBA, well, obviously they're saying they're pulling the stuff, but how they go about it, if they still try to push the message as much, if they still talk about it during the games, even though the words will be removed from the court. But anyway, with that being said, like I said, I want to know your feelings. Hit the comment section below. And again, I'm going to get back to it. I know people said, well, you've been saying don't do the recorded videos, but recordings, everybody ain't got time to watch no 2-hour damn stream. But if you do have time to watch a 2-hour damn stream, make sure you tune in 1 p.m. Central Time. The den is in the daytime now, for those of you who maybe wonder what happened to the night show. 1 p.m. Central Time, between 1 and 3 p.m. Central, 2-hour stream, what we usually try to do. And then make sure you come and join us in the Discord. The link is in the description below. If you want to support the channel in any form or fashion, all the links you need are in the description below. Like I said, go to all the proper social medias, like, share, subscribe. But with that being said, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. I will catch y'all on the flip side. And again, hit that comment section. Let me know what you think. Do you think that it should matter if the money is getting impacted, if the NBA should remove the message, or is the money the bottom line? That being said, it's your boy Honcho. I'm trying to produce, and I'm out.